The week of 18th to 24th May, aviation history tells a story of progress, tragedy and change. Let's take a look. 1906. The Wright brothers are granted their U.S. patent for their airplane control. 1929. Pan American Airways inaugurates a new passenger service from Miami to Managua in Panama via Belize. The journey is with a Dutch-made 3-engine Fokker trimotor. 1946. KLM Royal Dutch Airlines inaugurates a scheduled service to New York using the Douglas DC-4. It's the first European airline to open post-war flights to New York. 1953. First flight of the Douglas DC-7, an American 4-engine transport aircraft. It is the last major piston engine-powered transport made by Douglas. 1976. Two Concorde supersonic airliners, one in British Airways colors, the other in those of Air France, land at Washington's Dulles International Airport. They are the first Concordes to visit the USA. 1983. American Airlines carries its 500th millionth passenger. 2006. The world's biggest passenger jet, the Airbus A380, lands at Heathrow Airport for the first time, making its UK debut on a test flight. 2026. Alaska Airlines launches its second long-haul route, introducing service to London operated by its Boeing 787. And another new route, this time for JetBlue, reintroducing its New York to Houston service twice daily. It was previously seasonal. 1962. Continental Airlines Flight 11, a Boeing 707, breaks up in mid-air near Unionville in Missouri after a passenger's bomb exploded in the lavatory. All 45 people on board are killed. 1965. Pakistan Airlines Flight 705, a Boeing 720, an inaugural flight to London via Dhahran, Cairo and Geneva, carrying mostly journalists and owners of travel agencies. Crashes short of the runway while descending to land in Cairo. Of the 125 on board, 6 survive. 1972. Aeroflot Flight 1491, an Antonov 10A, suffers an in-flight structural failure while landing at Kharkiv in the Ukraine, killing all 122 passengers and crew aboard. 1988. Dhaka Flight 110, a Boeing 737, suffers dual-engine failure due to water ingestion after encountering a level 4 thunderstorm on its flight from San Salvador to New Orleans via Belize. The aircraft glided and lands safely at NASA's Mashhad Assembly Facility in New Orleans. All 38 passengers and 7 crew members survive. Following the incident, modifications were made to the engine type to prevent similar water ingestion issues, including better drainage. 1993. SAM Columbia Flight 501, a Boeing 727, crashes into Mount Paramo Frontino in Colombia, killing all 132 on board. 2010. Air India Express Flight 812, operated by a Boeing 737, overshoots the runway and crashes at Mangalore Airport. Out of the 166 people on board, 8 survive. 2011. Sol Airlines Flight 5428, a Saab 340, crashes off Peruanio in Argentina while on approach to Comodoro Rivadavia Airport in heavy rain. The investigation concluded that severe airframe icing had led to a loss of control from which the crew was unable to recover. The crash is the deadliest aviation accident involving a Saab 340. All 22 passengers and crew on board are killed. 2018. Cubana Flight 972, a Boeing 737, a scheduled domestic service from Havana to Holguín operated by Mexican charter airline Global Air, crashes shortly after takeoff as a result of weight and balance issues caused by incorrect aircraft loading. Of those on board, 112 die and 1 passenger survives with critical injuries. 2024. Singapore Airlines Flight 321, a Boeing 777, encounters severe turbulence over Myanmar. The airplane was then diverted to Bangkok as a result. Of the 229 people on board, 1 dies and 104 unsecured passengers who became airborne inside the cabin are injured. 1970. National Airlines ends a 108-day strike by offering ground crews a 33% pay increase. The strike led to a large loss of market share. 1971. Boeing announces the cancellation of its supersonic transport project. 1982. The last service by a British Airways Boeing 707 from Cairo to London is performed. 1988. Southwest Airlines took to the skies with Shamu 1, a Boeing 737 uniquely painted to resemble SeaWorld's famous killer whale, launching a memorable 26-year marketing partnership. And British Airways takes over British Caledonian.